Hey everyone, this is Luke again, and yeah, this title that you see below me, it's not clickbait. At the end of this year, it's most likely going to be the end of this YouTube channel. This is seemingly following a trend, especially in this year, where a bunch of YouTubers that we grew up with or watched in the past have decided to move on with their lives or move on to, you know, di- just moved on to different types of content. You've had Tom Scott, Meat Canyon, Seth Everman, Matt Pat, um, so many different people, including former Ninja Legends member Nick the Brick, which I was very shocked with, considering I really thought I really thought he would stick around for a long time, considering the longevity of his channel compared to the other Ninja Legends channels. But it just wasn't meant to be, I guess. But it seemed like I feel like it was kind of what I had this little like psychic notion that 2024 seemed to be the year of moving on with our life and just leaving the past behind. And I feel that within these YouTubers, stepping away or retiring outright, um, it just really hampers in that point. And yeah, by the end of this year, you're probably not going to see me make any type of Ninjago content ever again. And I know a lot of people may be very disappointed with that. Some people may be happy with the fact that I'm going. Um, but I want to at least give out some reasons as to why I have considered this and why, I will still be making content, just not after 2024. So, the big reason why I'm not going to be making any more type of content is really just a matter of I feel like I exhausted this channel's resources for content. Like, with Ninjago, which is so very specific, you can only make so much content dedicated to it before you essentially rehash new ideas, before you start to run out of actually new ideas. Which is why I still try to keep track of them all on this Chromebook right here. Um, but it's very hard nowadays because, especially with my steadily decline of Ninjago as a whole, even though I thought Dragon's Rising season 1 was pretty good. I thought it was good. Um I just think that I've exhausted every single bit and piece of content I have, or at least nearly every. And I feel like I'm getting right into the bottom of the barrel sort of content that isn't content that would just go on and on and on and on forever, which is what I want to discuss next. There are types of content out there, what I call limitless content. Limitless content is basically content that doesn't really have a limit and just goes on forever and ever. The biggest example I wanted to include here was my What If series. If you remember, I did that series like years ago, and a lot of people loved it. But the problem with that series is that there really isn't an end to that, because what ifs are essentially just a change in the plot, or it's like, what if this happened instead of that? Essentially, that's essentially what it is. And you could do that with literally anything Ninjago related. Like, what if Wu was the one that was bitten by the Great Devourer instead of Garmadon? Or what if Kai was the Great Ninja instead of Lloyd? Or what if Zane didn't sacrifice himself? Or something like that. There's just so many ideas that it ends up becoming a sort of Achilles heel in that sense, where it seemed like a good idea on paper, but not so much in terms of execution. And I don't want the series to keep going on and on and on forever. So I still want to produce content, but I feel that maybe either sometime in 2024 it may carry over into early 2025 because of the gaps between videos. because I am just uploading whenever I want to now instead of relying so much on a quota. And you know, this is what happened. I recently watched Nick the Brick's farewell video, and he talked about, felt like YouTube making Ninjago content was more of a chore, and I'm feeling that as well. There are many times where I felt like because of this quota that I had in mind, I'm like, I gotta make this video right now or something like that. And I just felt like it was really affecting my mental health as well. And it just wasn't the smart decision. And he also mentioned how because we made those channels solely dedicated to Ninjago, even if we did branch into other types of content, it just wouldn't work. Like, I tried that years ago with gaming. I mean, I still have some gaming videos on my channel. I still have some. It just simply didn't work because, to put it simply, once you have a type of content, they're going to stick with it until you stop. And I just feel like I've exhausted the proper amount of Ninjago content that I have, or at least very close to it. I feel like I still have a few more ideas left before I decide that it's all done. But I really, really want to get them out of the way before this channel's demise. So, and with Nick the Brick leaving, that makes me the last member of the former Ninja Legend that's still making YouTube. But unfortunately, that may not be the case for much longer. And I just have to be truthful here, and that maybe just making Ninjago content just isn't really in the cards in my future, because there probably was a time and a place where if you made Ninjago content, you were practically set. But I think Tanner Fishies was like the only creator that really took that advantage, hence why he's still going to make content until probably the sun explodes or something. But I really hope that you will like what remainder of content that I have left to produce, because I feel that in itself will probably be some of the content that I wish I could have done years ago, and thus could have incentivized me more to keep going and going. But you also have to take my age into account. I'm 21. I'm going to be 22 this year. And I'm not saying that's old, but it's old in considering, the fandom that I'm in, which was Ninjago. That's kind of old. And I feel that maybe I should... I think I should still consume Ninjago, but just not on a public scale anymore. Because I feel that whenever I watch it, it's kind of the same mindset MatPat said in his video, Goodbye Internet, where he wants to enjoy playing games without thinking of theories or something. I want to enjoy Ninjago content for the sake of enjoying it, rather than thinking of videos for it, It just takes away all the fun out of it. It used to be fun, but it's just not fun anymore. And I really wish it hadn't come to this, but I know it had to be done, and I fully set my mind to it, because I just don't see any possible way for me to make Ninjago content past 2024 or even into early 2025, depending on how much ideas I have. So I will try and do my best to upload whatever remaining sort of content that I have. I'm not going to say what it is. I want to keep y'all surprised. But I do have one more thing. I want to at least go out with a bang. So let's bring out the headband that I got. It's going to look so stupid. Let's bring out the headband from that short that I made all that while ago. That how did that short get like 2,000 views? It's like a stupid short. So yeah, I'm bringing out the best in me. So this is my headband, my ninja headband. You know, just to bring up that inner strength for one last run. For one last run of me. I have one last go. Because while ninja may not last forever, their spirit will always remain in the hearts of many. So, until the next video, and yes, this will be a permanent thing from now on with the ninja headband on my forehead. But until the next video, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.